Hi, it's Lynn, your adulting coach. As parents of autistic graduates, we want them to handle stress, reduce their screen time so they can invest in getting a job and running their life. That's the only way they'll be prepared for life on their own. At the Art of Adulting, we have figured out what works. These 3 steps. We understand the struggle from their perspective. We connect with what matters to them, and we practice the solution together, experimenting over and over again until we figure out what works for them to do the work they need to do to build the life they want. We believe that the number 1 skill in understanding is reflective listening. Reflective listening takes into account the impact of an autistic brain, because we know that we can't know what their experience is, whether we're autistic or not. We need to understand better how they're processing what's going on in their life. We want them to feel safe, seen, and soothed, so they feel secure asking us for help. Doctors Dan Siegel and Tina Payne Bryson in The Power of Showing Up said that is our number 1 job as parents, and it's especially important for parents of autistic graduates who go into the defense mode fast. We want them to be in the connection mode, and we use reflective listening to help them get back from protection and into connection. Unfortunately, we were probably parented this way. We brought a concern to our parents, and they suggested, advised, and criticized the way that we were handling it. And that's just the pattern that we inherited. I suggest that there is a better one, and it starts with reflective listening. We need to reflective listen because we want to check our understanding to make sure that we get what the nature of the problem is, all of the nuances. We want to show them that we accept where they are right now, that we've set aside judgment, criticism, all those things that kick them right into defense mode, and we're right there with them, trying to solve the problem together because we love them and we want what's best for them. And we're trying to figure it out, both in what we do and what they do that matters to help them be prepared to live on their own. There are 4 parts to a listening reflection. The first part is the opening, and here's the challenge. We need to zip our lip and fully attend to what they're saying, starting with just listening, just bringing all the information in that they're sharing with us. And it may just be a little bit, but we need to follow the breadcrumbs till we do understand. And we start with, okay, you're worried because you're wondering if you're ever going to get a job. You're concerned because for you it feels as if you're putting all this energy down a big black hole, and there's so many other things you'd rather do. So from your point of view, it's a cause that cannot, it's a problem that cannot be solved. It sounds like you're feeling hopeless and helpless in this situation. You believe that you've tried everything that you can. It seems like everything you try doesn't work. What I guess you're feeling is super frustrated that you cannot solve this problem, and you see some of the people you went to school with solving it and moving on. And it might be that the best you can do is just keep trying. Here's what we want to do. We do not parrot what they're saying to us. We want to reflect the emotion that they're experiencing, the frustration, the confusion, the defeat, the discouragement. If you need help finding emotions, which a lot of us do because we may have alexithymia, which means we just don't have words for these feelings. But if we want, we can just go right to one of these emotion sensation wheel and stick to the middle. You're happy, mad, sad, glad, whatever it is in the middle, just the simplest emotion. If we can find that and reflect it back to them, and then give them a situation soundbite. So it could be that you've given up because you can't figure out the solution. It could, you're frustrated because you think you've tried everything. You've tried so much. It's frustrating when you put all your energy into submitting applications and no one calls you for an interview. That's the reflection that we want to give back to them. And then we zip our lip again and we pay attention to what comes back. Yes, we are affirming what's happening to them. We are not necessarily agreeing that they're handling it the best way possible. We're just accepting where they are, what their situation is. They will either agree, yeah, I am frustrated because I just feel like this is a lost cause. Or they will say, no, I'm not done with trying. I just don't know what to do next. I'm confused. So then we reflect again. So you're confused with how to choose from all these alternatives. We want to continue to reflect until they will start to repeat themselves. So then we know we're in agreement. We know that we understand what they're saying. And I know this process, these 4 steps, can seem contrived at first, and they're going to be awkward, just as any new skill is when we first practice it. But practice it, and they will become natural. It's because our solution may not fit, really, their situation if we don't understand it from their perspective. And besides, they're the ones that have to see the solution is going to work because they're the ones that are going to implement it now. We cannot do this for them anymore. We don't want to do it for them anymore because we want them to be doing the work to build the life that they want. They may be too jacked up and they need to calm down. This is the process that will help them calm down because they will feel seen. Their brain will go, okay, I'm not threatened right now. I can connect with this other person and they, with my parent, and they can help me solve the problem. There may be more to the problem than we can see. And often our kids, our graduates are ashamed of whatever's happening. They wish that they could, this stuff was easy for them. Don't we all wish that things were easy for us? But, the struggle, they're ashamed of how they got into the struggle. We just have to accept that they're in a struggle. And it's often of their own making. And they're going to have to find their way out of it. And they're going to have to put the energy in. And we can't solve it for them. Welcome to the adult world, the work world. This is how things are going to be going forward in their life. And they're going to be this way when we're gone. So we want to make sure that they practice solving it as much as they can while we're here. When we talk to our children in these conversations, we want to at least keep the conversation, what we say is 50% and what they say is 50%. That's the minimum. We actually want to get to, they're talking 80% of the time and we're listening 80% of the time. And then we may say a few things from time to time. That's the goal, is to partner with them in a way that they run the conversation. And it's not easy. We have to take in what they're saying, we have to sort it out, and we have to sum it up. That's the work we do inside of us. And then we say it back succinctly in our own words, that soundbite that includes the emotion and the situation. We want to get to the meaning of the struggle. What are they making this mean about them? When we start with that opening, it seems like it might be, we're not sure, I'm not sure, but it seems, okay, so it's you're frustrated because you can't figure out how to get your paycheck and your paycheck directly deposited. I don't know what it is that the struggle is, but We need to know how to do these steps and then stop and listen. This is our work. The practice is what matters. When we continue to practice this over and over again, we will build those connections so that they will trust that coming to us is a good idea, and we will help them where we can, but we won't always do the work for them. We will not do the work for them anymore because they need to learn how to do this on their own, and it's our job to prepare them for that. Sometimes when they come to us, we need to ask them this question: do they want support or do they want solutions? That's what we're trying to sort out here. I'm going to guess that 9 times out of 10, they want your support first. They just don't, but maybe they want just, okay, tell me how I do this on the phone, or tell me what I need to do here. Maybe they're coming to us with that. That's fine. I'm not suggesting that we never offer solutions. I'm just suggesting that 9 times out of 10, when they're talking to us, they often would like support. And maybe the easiest thing to do is just ask them, do you need my support or would you like some solutions? We don't ask them questions other than that one, though. We stay with reflective statements. Statements, when we ask a question, we are turning the conversation to our own agenda. That's not going to help them figure out what they need to do next, and it could cause them to feel defensive because they're justifying what decisions they've made and what actions they've taken. What we really need to do is sort things out with them. They need our ears more than they need our thoughts. And doing this one step at a time, incrementally, every step of progress we make to connect and figure out what works for them matters. Please do this. I promise you will see the benefits. Bye for now.